say that sentence again.
So police kill black men in 17 of the 100 largest U.S. cities at a higher rate than the U.S. murder rate.
And now she's going to say that. No, that's
and the federal government did not compile this data?
No, they didn't, and they should have, but they didn't, and so we acted when government wouldn't, because we need to have this information to actually know how bad the situation is so we can begin to make progress and hold policymakers accountable to reducing those numbers.
Shirley, you're sitting there beginning to take some notes, and I'm wondering, as an activist, how these data make a difference to you in the work that you do.
Well, the thing that stood out to me most was the point about we took action when the government didn't. And I think that that's the job of the activist and the organizer. And the numbers of the murders of black men by police, it hurts.
Yeah.
And I wonder the numbers of black women and black girls who are murdered by the police as well. Like that's actually data that I'm interested in.
Yeah. Sure. So we know of the 304 black people killed by police in 2014, 12 were black women. So it's about 96% of the folks killed by police are men. But of course, women overall have a much smaller proportion of being killed by police. So it is a higher rate of black women killed by police than white women killed by police.
So let me ask this question. For people who want to see these data, who want to be able to make use of them in their research, in their writing, in their activism, how do they find it?
So they can go to mappingpoliceviolence.org and look at the data. I think one of the things that I've learned in my day job at PolicyLink really is how important the data is and having those hard numbers to making the case for change and for holding folks accountable to actually getting a result. And that result is to reduce and ultimately eliminate the number of folks who are being killed by police.
Sam, earlier I said to Charlene that she reminds me of Ella Baker and her activism work, and I will say right now you remind me in this work of Ida B. Wells, the anti-lynching activist of the turn of the century, who the first part of what she did was to compile the data, the social science research about how, when, and where lynchings were happening.
This is so important to know the real facts.
Here today to Sam Sinyangwe and also to my other guests who are going to
Thank you for coming to the Amber Shows, and I hope that I have helped you in many ways to understand and to learn.